I definitely, if somebody brings me up, I want them to be like, he was definitely here giving it his all every game. You could just see the effort that he would put on the court. I want people to remember me as respectful, like everybody saying I was a great person to everybody. Never like trying to bring anybody down, just trying to bring positive energy, and then everybody just remember that I always had a smile on my face. That's what I want people to remember.
Welcome into the Sic Em Podcast. I'm your host, John Morris. Baylor freshman Jacoby Walter has been destined for basketball greatness since the day he was named.
Yeah, my mom, she told me, when they made my name, she just combined those two names. And then it just turns out that I became a basketball player too, so it gets it fit pretty well.
After getting an offer from Coach Drew and Baylor his sophomore year of high school, Jacoby has been locked in on being a Bear ever since.
It was like a hard process, especially like when like my crystal ball started saying, oh, he's going to Baylor. More coaches would call. People were starting to say, like, come on, this official visit, blah, blah, blah. But in my head, just talking to my parents, we just knew, like, we just need to shut it down because we already know who I'm going to.
Now, as he progresses through his first year in college, Jacoby has his sights set on cutting down some nets.
Other teams are trying to make the tournament. We're trying to win the tournament. So Big 12 tournament, we're going to try to come out on top. Obviously, we're trying to get in-season champion and tournament champion, and on to March Madness. We're just trying to win another championship, of course. Put a banner up. You know, Coach Drew, he always tells us, like, where's our banner? Because none of us got banners. John got a banner, but nobody else on the team really has banners. So we're really just trying to put another banner up.
All right, Jacoby Walter, welcome to the Sic Em Podcast.
Thank you.
Appreciate you being here.
No problem, no problem.
You say you're a little sore today, huh?
Definitely a little sore, yeah.
This has been it's been a wild freshman year for you, hasn't it?
Yeah, ups and downs for sure.
I bet, but still so much to play for and so many big games remaining.
Yeah, excited.
Yeah. Let's go back to the beginning for you. Jacoby, first off, I hear it's a combination of Michael Jordan and Kobe.
Yeah. Yeah, my mom, she told me, when they made my name, she just combined those two names. And then it just turns out that I became a basketball player too, so
yeah,
it gets it fit pretty well.
Did she hope you'd turn out to be a basketball player? Was that part of it?
I don't know if that's what she had planned, but I mean, my dad played basketball too, so yeah. I mean, she probably just like assumed so.
Yeah, there's some basketball in the background there.
Yeah.
That's good. What do you remember about growing up in McKinney, just up the road? What were sports like for you when you were growing up?
I started sports early. I think at 4 years old, I was playing football and basketball. Played baseball for a little bit, but I don't really remember.
Right.
But I started playing that, and my first love was football. I thought I was going to try to pursue in football, but then when I got to high school, I decided I was just like, straight basketball, because growing up, I started traveling with basketball and stuff, and I wasn't traveling with football, and I was just like, this basketball stuff's just more fun to me, more fun, just traveling the country at a young age, playing basketball, that just made me want to keep playing.
In football, were you a quarterback?
Yeah, I played a lot of positions. My dad was an offensive coach, so I had a lot of positions. But, mainly quarterback when I got to middle school.
Good. And at what point was it when you sort of said, hey, basketball is the direction I want to go?
Definitely playing middle school. It just wasn't that fun no more. After those 2 seasons, I was just like, I'll just stick with basketball. And I think I was better at basketball anyway.
Yeah. What size were you? I mean, were you one of the bigger guys?
Or I was still way taller than everybody. I wasn't like built. Obviously, I'm still skinny, but I was definitely taller than everybody and just pretty much more athletic.
And so that kind of naturally makes people think, oh, he's going to be a basketball player.
Yeah.
Right?
Yeah.
When you're taller?
Yeah.
When did you dunk for the first time? What age?
My first dunk, I was going into 8th grade.
Okay.
Going into 8th grade. Or no, going into my freshman year, I think.
Gotcha.
After my 8th grade basketball season. I think I had my first dunk that summer.
Gotcha. And at what point, where were you in school, or what age when you thought, hey, basketball, it could be a future for me?
Definitely 7th grade.
Mm-hmm.
7th grade, just started playing against middle school, and then I was just killing the competition early. And I was just like, I think I'm pretty good at this, for real. So started getting in the gym more, taking it more serious. And then as I just kept getting better, I just fell in love with the game.
Yeah, I bet you were. I can see young Jacoby as a 7th grader dominating out there.
Yeah, no, I was definitely getting buckets early.
Right. Do you have some unbelievable scoring games, junior high or high school?
Yeah, high school, my sophomore year, it was like first when we came back from COVID. And then some of my teammates, I think like 3 starters had COVID, and then somebody else off the bench. So I think we were at Denton Geyer, and then I had 49 that game.
Wow.
Yeah, I just really couldn't miss. We ended up losing, but yeah, that was my highest score game.
Wow, 49.
Yeah,
that's against a good team, probably.
Yeah, no, they won district. We tied with them. It was like for first place.
Right.
It was a good game.
How about going through COVID? You know, that's a tough time. It was tough for everybody.
Yeah.
You're in high school and you're an athlete and you have to go through that. How hard did that hit you?
It really didn't hit that much because we were already out of our basketball season.
Okay.
We already lost in the playoffs, so it was more just like, dang, like now really can't travel nowhere, play basketball. So I'm just playing basketball in my driveway now. Like probably have some friends come over. We would just play outside for a little bit. But yeah, it definitely hit hard, but it was a blessing because then when we came back, started playing, and then that's when Baylor offered me. That was my first offer. So, I mean, I see it as a blessing too.
That was early, wasn't it, when you got the offer from Baylor?
Yeah, it was definitely early.
When was that?
Going to my sophomore year.
Gotcha, right. So what was that like? I mean, you're obviously a highly touted guy. People think, hey, this guy has a lot of potential. But to get an offer that early?
It was crazy because I wasn't expecting it. I just knew, like, I heard buzz, like, I was pretty good. He should be 5-star, blah, blah, blah. But I don't really listen to all that. And then I just kept hooping. And then one day I was just talking to Coach Brooks, and he put Coach Drew on the phone. Coach Drew, we talking for a little bit, and then he offered me. And I was surprised because I didn't expect it. Nobody, like, let me know or anything. So just ran down to my parents, told them, and it was like just a really exciting moment.
Nice. Did you, I mean, you couldn't sign then, but did you say, so you sort of committed at that point? Or?
Oh, no, I didn't commit there. Then I kept getting more offers, and then just kept playing. But the whole time, Coach Drew and Coach Brooks, they just kept in contact, started talking to Tweety and started talking to other staff members. I've been here coming to my visits for a long time because early AAU, me and my whole team, we came here, and that was before, obviously, I was really like focused on Baylor and stuff. But then, so I've been coming here for a long time, and then just throughout that whole process, and then when I came on my last official, I was like, for sure, like this is home. Yeah. So then, just committed as soon as I got back from the visit. As soon as I got home, called Coach AB. Told him committed, and then when I was at the gym, Coach Drew called me back because he didn't answer the first call, and then we were just talking then.
Yeah, AB's great, isn't he?
No, he's a great guy.
Yeah, sure. I can imagine him, and his pitch for Baylor to you, but it's just such a personal thing, and a relationship thing. Yeah. From him, from Coach Drew, from all of our coaches.
Yeah. AB being the main person I recruited, I talked to him the most I talked to him the most throughout the whole process. So then me and him have a really good relationship, and I just want to thank him, obviously, just for like believing in me and like just always showing up to games. Whole staff would show up to games. So like it was really just a blessing in that recruitment just to have all those coaches support me like that. Yeah,
that's big. And they stuck with you, obviously, the whole time. But the recruiters kept coming, didn't they? I mean, just because it looks like you're going to Baylor, maybe even after you committed to Baylor, I'm sure the recruiters kept calling.
It was like a hard process, especially like when like my crystal ball started saying, "Oh, he's going to Baylor." More coaches would call. People were starting to say like, "Come on, this official visit, blah blah blah." But in my head, just talking to my parents, we just knew like we just need to shut it down because we already know who I'm going to.
Good. What was it? Can you put into words what it was about Baylor that really led you here?
Really, like you were saying, relationships. Yep. Just the relationship we had, the whole process, and then what Baylor stands for, like being like a Christian-based like foundation. That's how I am. So coming here just felt like family. When I came on my visit, I liked the workouts. Like I could just see how I could get better. I could see myself in the system, and it was always just love from the beginning. So it really wasn't a hard decision for me at all. because it really just felt like home. I was treated well. You could tell that they really wanted me on the team, so I appreciate all that.
Nice. From McKinney, you ended up at Link Academy in Branson, Missouri. Did we play somebody recently that went to Link also?
Yeah. We just played Oklahoma, but he didn't play. He's redshirting this year. But
Okay.
Jacob's on Oklahoma.
That's who it was, yeah.
That's me and him grew up together. So not even just at Link, but we were roommates at Link too.
Oh, wow, yeah.
Yeah, so just playing against him and just both of us being on the same court, just opposite teams, playing D1.
Yeah.
It's just really cool to see.
That's really cool.
Yeah.
What was that like? What was that competition like?
It was great, early that morning too. When I came in to get shots, I already knew like he'd be in the gym too.
Yeah.
So he's on the other side working out. I'm on the other side. So it was really cool. Just competition, just knowing that we're going against each other this time. How
much did that year there help prepare you for college?
I think it helped the most out of anything. I think if I came from McKinney, I'd definitely be a different player. Just because playing at Link, it was like I'm playing against people like me every day.
Mm-hmm.
And sometimes like I wouldn't come out on top. I'd be on the bottom end of it like there. So we're always competing. Coach Bill, BA, that's at the school right now at Link.
Right.
He used to coach at LSU, so he already knows how the college life was, and that's really how he ran things at Link. So I was really on that schedule pretty early, and then just staying away from home, just learning how to like be by myself and just be around the team. It was really good. So when I came here, it wasn't like anything too different.
Right. So you're very well prepared when you come to Baylor. Still, there has to be a little bit of a step up, a little culture shock, whatever you want to refer to it. I mean, it's a different level.
Yeah.
What was that like?
Physical.
Right.
Yeah, when I first got here, obviously it was physical there at Link, but now I'm playing against people 2-3 years older than me, so they have more years than me, more strength, and I just had to figure out how to get stronger, play with them, play against them, just learn how to be more physical, and then just talking, being active all day in practice, off the court, watching more film,
Right.
just being more prepared, taking care of my body. Like, there's just so much stuff that I had to learn how to do when I got here, but being at Link, it made it a little bit easier, but it was still hard.
Yeah. Here's something I'm interested in. So you're a good person to ask this. Freshman year, you come in, and there's so much mental studying that you guys do. Like I sit in on scouts with you guys, and they're hitting you with questions, and you got to know.
Yeah.
How tough is that to pick up and really learn like the coaches want you to?
When they ask questions about scout, it's really not that hard for me because they give us the scouting reports early, so you can really just look over it. And then for me, I think I pick up on things pretty fast. So when I read it through and then I just keep hearing it, keep watching it, it just really sticks in my mind. But also at Link, we did the same thing. Before games, they would ask about players, ask about what their tendencies are. So just coming here was really the same thing.
I got you. Very good. But you got to be bought into that side of it. I mean, it's not just physical; it's mental also.
For sure. Yeah, definitely mental. I mean, what people say, 90% of the game is mental, the rest is physical. So you really just got to know, and you just got to be like head on swivel.
Yeah.
Especially out on the court, because there's a lot of things going on at once, and you got to be able to react quick.
Right. It's really impressive to see how you guys soak that up. I mean, number one, the coaches who prepare the scouting report and then get it to you guys, and the way you guys soak it up and can, spit it back out at them when they ask you. That's really impressive. I mean, that's not easy.
Yeah, no, it's definitely not. But I think when you get down in the routine, it becomes easier.
Good. You get here, you start practice. You'd been to Waco several times. You'd been to really several Baylor games before you got here full time. What was it like when you landed in Waco and were here full time?
I was just talking to one of our GAs about this, but when you come here on your visit, it's just really much like a whole new world. It being college and you're coming from high school, you really don't know how things are ran around here. So, but I came straight to practice, and it's just like what it is now. High energy, everybody excited, everybody dapping up. Like, the culture here, it was just the same. It's just loud. Everybody is cool with each other. You got secret things that you do with certain people. Like, it's just cool. So just being here on the visit and seeing all that happen, and now being here, it's like it wasn't fake.
Yeah. And Coach Drew, and our coaches talk about the culture of joy. And that's real, isn't it? I mean, that's not just lip service. It's real every day.
Yeah, every day. Jesus, others, yourself. We start off practice, we pray first. Everything we do, we're trying to do it for each other. And then at the end of the day, then yourself. But yeah, cultural joy, that's something that we're really big on. And I think this team this year is doing like a great job of expressing that.
Very much so. So your first game at Baylor, pretty memorable. You're playing Auburn, which wasn't rated at the time, but turned out to be a really good team.
Yeah.
Playing out in Sioux Falls, South Dakota, and you scored 28 points in your first Baylor game.
Yeah.
That was a great debut.
Yeah, it was really cool. Wasn't expecting that out of myself.
Right.
But I just believed, really. I was just believing. I was just super excited to play. And God blessed me just to knock down all those shots and just compete at the level I was.
It's a good win, wasn't it?
Yeah, it was a great win. Us being down at half,
right.
It was a hard-fought game. We had to execute down the stretch, but it was really fun to be a part of. That arena was cool, and it was just like, it was just like a surreal moment.
Yeah. Do you remember going into that game? Do you have any nerves at all, or how?
Oh yeah, I'd say more not nerves. I was just anxious.
Sure.
I was just ready to get on the court.
Right.
Because summer was long. It felt like, we had long practices. We competing, tired. So you really just like, dang, I want the season to come. So now when it was the day of the game, I'm like, I'm ready to get on the court. Like, I'm ready to hoop. And yeah, it was fun.
Finally ready to play a game. That's great. Then you've been in some really cool environments since then. I mean, we played in Detroit. We played in Madison Square Garden, you know, and then the places you play in the Big 12 also. Pretty cool environments that you guys have played in already.
Yeah. Like you were saying, that Detroit, that being our first loss, and then that was like our first road game for real. Everybody in there was Michigan State against us, and we know how that turned out. The Madison Square Garden, that was like crazy moment. Like me and my dad talked about it. Just him, he said, just watching me on the court play at Madison Square Garden against Duke, which is like everybody wants to play against Duke growing up. So it was crazy. And then like Allen Fieldhouse, everybody knows about Allen Fieldhouse. Just now BYU.
Yeah.
There's been a lot of great environments that, like, me being from McKinney and, like, just growing up, it's just, like, a crazy just to go from, like, high school and now I'm just playing in these huge arenas.
Right. Along those lines, you're part of a kind of a historic year, move from the Farrell Center, close down the Farrell Center, open up Foster Pavilion. What's that move been like?
I like the move. Move. Now when we come back into Farrell, it just feels different. Lights aren't as bright.
Right.
It's just a different whole different arena. But I like the move. I like the Foster a lot. The crowd in the Foster gets rowdy. It gets loud. So I definitely think like home court advantage is something that we truly have.
I agree. I think there's a couple of games that y'all won and the crowd gets an assist, you know, some like BYU the first time around.
I think that Cincinnati game.
Cincinnati, yeah.
Yeah, we've had a lot of good ones in there.
Crowd's been really good, and the lights literally are brighter.
It actually is. It actually is brighter.
Right. Is that a good shooting gym?
Yeah,
Foster?
I like the gym. Yeah, I think it's a shooter's gym. Soft rims, not too stiff, not too bouncy, so it's really good.
That's cool. So as we record this, we're in February. You guys have some big games left down the stretch, and then on to the Big 12 tournament. That's going to be wild this year in Kansas City.
Yeah.
And then on to the NCAA tournament. You excited about that?
Definitely excited just to play in something that I've been watching for the longest, and then you just know how it goes. Crazy shots. Just big moments always happen. The best players show up in the spotlights, and then so that's something I'm really excited for, both the Big 12 and the NCAA tournament.
Any March Madness moments or players that stand out in your mind just watching it through the years?
Not really. I just watch any games. I always made a bracket, so I just always want my team to win. Right. But I mean, just all the buzzer beaters. I've almost probably seen all the buzzer beaters because I watch the highlights from those all the time. Yeah. But yeah, the buzzer beater is probably like my favorite moment of just every game.
How much did it resonate with you when Baylor won the national championship in 21?
I think that's when I was like, yeah, I really rock with Baylor. Like watching that whole entire year, and I was saying like I had in my bracket that they were going to win, so just watching that whole year, just seeing how they were competing, and like you could really see the cultural joy on that team for sure. So it was really cool just to see them win.
Yeah. You had Baylor in your bracket?
Yeah, I had
in 21?
I had them win the whole thing.
Hey, there you go.
Yeah,
Nice.
So I got the little free win.
That's good. That was a really good defensive team, and you guys work really hard defensively. You work really hard defensively. There's some nights when maybe the shots aren't falling, but you still work hard rebounding on the defensive end, contributing in other ways.
Yeah, that's something I've always been big on because Coach P and other coaches, they were just telling me from the get-go, like, every night you're not going to hit shots. There's going to be ups and downs, but what do you do that's going to keep you on the court, and what do you do that's going to help us win? So I think I always try to compete at my highest level, try to get rebounds, steals, dive on the floor, whatever I got to do.
Yeah, that's fun to see, and it's very noticeable that you contribute in so many different ways. What about going through the Big 12, especially this year, toughest basketball conference in the country? I mean, every game, man, is tough, isn't it?
Yeah, every game before the season, talking to Keontae and just talking to players like JB, Lang, they're like, Big 12, something serious.
Yeah.
And, I'm just watching it, so you can't really tell because you're not in the court. So I'm just like, it just looks like regular hoops to me. I was wrong. Every game, super physical. Every game's close. Scouting, everybody knows what you're about to run. So it really just comes down to what we say, toughest team wins. Whoever's a tougher team that night, they're going to win.
Yeah.
And so, yeah, Big 12 is no joke.
Did you talk to Keontae the other night out in Utah?
Out in Utah. Yeah, we talked for a little bit,
Yeah.
Obviously, we just lost, so I didn't want to, hang around too much.
Right.
But we talked to a little bit. Me and Keontae have a good relationship, him being from Dallas, too.
Yeah. So last year, Keontae was a Big 12 Freshman of the Year. 2 years ago, it was Jeremy Sohan from Baylor. You're the preseason Big 12 Freshman of the Year. It's a pretty good string going for the Bears.
Yeah. That's pretty cool. That just shows what Baylor's all about, We get high-level players, and then just throughout the year, keep working, and try to get those awards at the end.
How about your first year, true freshman, but it's you and it's Eve in the starting lineup, and then Miro Little also really contributing now. What's that like for you guys as true freshmen to be a part of a really good team, really good program, and contributing?
It's really cool, but the coaches tell us we're not freshmen.
Yeah.
we can't see ourselves as freshmen since, like you were just saying, we're on the court, we're contributing, we always put in big minutes from me, Eve, and Miro. So, we are freshmen, but we don't try to see ourselves as freshmen because we know that we have to be locked in, and we're playing people that are older than us.
Yeah, you are locked in. You're always very mature. It looks, your game is very mature. You're a very grounded person. Where does that come from?
I definitely give it to my parents because I don't know a time when they weren't trying to keep me like a good foundation, just trying to keep me relaxed, mature, just trying to be respectful all the time. That's how I grew up, and I think my parents did a good job raising me and my sister just to stay level-headed and never get too rowdy.
Next level, past college, past Baylor, you're high on the NBA draft boards. I know you know that, see that, you probably hear it all the time. How do you handle all that?
I gotta humble myself. I gotta just live in the moment, focus on what's happening, and that's cool, to be projected lottery. That's always been my dream, but right now I'm in college. I still have to perform, still trying to win a national championship. So I try not to focus on it too much or really much at all.
Yeah.
Because I just know that I still got a lot of work to do, and if I went in right now, then I'd probably be out pretty quick. So I just know that I got to stay in the gym.
Good. So your experience here, even though it's just this first year, it's helping prepare you for that.
Oh, yeah, for sure. Definitely, like I was saying earlier, taking care of my body, staying in the gym more, watching more film. I think all those things that I've learned from doing here is going to be great and carry over into my next years. Anybody,
player in the NBA that you look up to and maybe think your game is like?
I love watching KD, Paul George, Anthony Edwards, and Shai Gilgeous-Alexander. Those are my favorite 4 players in the league, and they're all just super nice, and they all have different parts of their game that I just like and try to take.
Very good. Well, we wish you the best when you get to that point, whenever that might be. But
yes,
it's great having you here. How would you describe this season, where you are right now, and some big games to go? What you have more goals, right? You guys have goals that you haven't reached yet this year.
Yeah, still, of course, right now, after that loss, it was a big loss for us because we're still trying to win conference championship. Future, other teams are trying to make the tournament. We're trying to win the tournament. So Big 12 tournament, we're going to try to come out on top. Obviously, we're trying to get in-season champion and tournament champion, and on to March Madness. We're just trying to win another championship, of course. Put a banner up. You know, Coach Drew, he always tells us, like, where's our banner? Because none of us got banners. John got a banner, but nobody else on the team really has banners. So we're really just trying to put another banner up.
Ooh, that's good. That's good motivation, isn't it? How about off the court? Any hobbies that you have away from basketball?
Really not too much. I just like to chill, relax, just do things that can just keep me level-headed, stay away from basketball. I'll just chill, play the game a little bit. I have a cat, so I'll just chill with my cat. I like clothes, so I like shopping and stuff. And then other times, really just sleep, watch Netflix. I don't really do too much besides if I'm not in the gym around basketball, then I'm just really much at home, probably with the team or just sleeping, relaxing.
I've heard about your cat.
Yeah.
What's the cat's name?
Cleo.
Cleo.
Yeah.
This cat is already legendary, right?
Yeah. The whole team knows about whole team knows about my cat. Yeah.
Right.
Real cool. Real chill.
How long have you had Cleo?
Almost 2 months now. Almost 2 months.
Oh, okay. So pretty new, really.
Yeah, I have. Yeah, I got her when we came back from Madison Square Garden.
Okay. Did you have cats or animals growing up?
Yeah, I always wanted to though. That's really what pushed me to get Cleo, and I don't think I was ready for a dog right now. You know, you really got to take care of a dog.
Right.
And I know how lazy and tired I am. But yeah, I always wanted an animal. So Cleo, I think, was a good.
Where'd you find her? How'd you get her?
I got her at the animal shelter.
Oh, nice. Very good. That's terrific right there. Speaking of Madison Square Garden, when you were there, playing in New York, you know, and here's a billboard in Times Square with your picture on it. That's pretty cool.
Man, that was crazy.
Yeah.
I just scrolling on my phone. I'm in the hotel. I'm like, what? So I'm walking outside. I go outside. I'm like, yo, that's crazy. Like, I'm on the billboard in Madison Square Garden. Yeah, that was pretty cool.
In Times Square in New York City.
That was crazy.
That is great. Playing in the NBA, we talked about that a little bit. Has that been a dream of yours for a while?
Always. Ever since I started playing basketball, I just always wanted to make it to the league. Just play as much as I'll play as long as I can. Not trying to do too much on my body, but if I could play LeBron years, I would play LeBron years because I just love basketball. So, yeah, I just always wanted to make it to the league.
Yeah. Your game, when we watch you play, you can tell you love the game. I mean, you just really love basketball. Yeah. And that's obvious by watching you, and that's fun. And it makes it fun to watch you. You know, Baylor's had a top 16 pick in the NBA draft the last 3 years. Mm-hmm. It's a pretty good legacy there.
Yeah, I'm trying to keep it going. Yeah, I'm trying to keep the streak going. Yeah.
Good. Well, here's a question to wrap things up. When your time at Baylor is done, whenever that is, how would you like for Baylor fans and people to remember Jacoby Walter?
I definitely, if somebody brings me up, I want them to be like, he was definitely here giving it his all every game. You could just see the effort that he would put on the court. I want people to remember me as respectful, like everybody saying I was a great person to everybody. Never like trying to bring anybody down, just trying to bring positive energy, and then everybody just remember that I always had a smile on my face. That's what I want people to remember.
Amen. You're doing that. That's great. Appreciate the visit. Thanks very much.
Appreciate you.
Thanks again for joining us on the Sic Em Podcast, a sport and story production. If you enjoyed this conversation with Jacoby Walter, head over to BaylorPlus.com where you can watch the premium video version of this podcast. Be sure to subscribe to the show wherever you get your podcast, leave a review, and tell your friends about us. I'm your host, John Morris, and I hope you'll join us next week on another edition of the Sic Em Podcast.